for our clients. So we developed this 12-week approach to periodization, which moves beyond just training to focus on critical factors that drive income. The 12-week year defines what's important for you to do today so that your long-term objectives can be attained. The 12-week year is a structured approach that fundamentally changes the way you think and act. It is important to understand the results you achieve are a byproduct of the actions that you take. Your actions, in turn, manifest your thinking. So what happens here is you create the plan. I'm going to go through it here in a minute. But then there has to be accountability. So what we did, this group of us voluntarily, is on Wednesday mornings at 8:30 we get on the phone, and they call them WHAM sessions, weekly accountability meeting. And there's no rank on this call. It's just sharing. So that was 12 weeks. I reported my personal numbers for 12 weeks. Todd reported, all the people that did it, Patrick. We get on there, and we share, and there's no judgment. It's just about, and there's a whole chapter in here. And again, I can't read you the whole book, but there's a whole chapter on why accountability it has nothing to do with your upline. And the reason accountability doesn't work is because there's usually somebody standing over you, and you're like reporting upward. And that true accountability becomes when you become accountable to the community, which is stuff we've talked about before. So we get on there and we just all share. We just talk about what we're doing. And there's no, hey, this is what you did wrong. It's just like, hey, this is what's happening. Because if you measure yourself weekly, it totally changes. Because think about our business, guys. What's our best week? It's always the last week of the month. Okay? It's always the last week of the month. When I ran for CEO, I think we did 300,000 points in 4 days or something like that. And we had good persistency, by the way. We didn't have like 90% of our business fall off like a lot of CEO runs. Ours was within the guidelines. But we did it in 3-4 days. How? We did 600,000 in a month. And it wasn't at the end of the year. We had our deadline was April. At the end of every month, everybody always runs, everybody always pushes, and then we get like 20 members on the last day, or we get like 5 apps on the last day, right? Does that not happen? It's because we create that. But what happens early in the month is the same thing that we do with our year. A lot of people go, hey, it's May. Have you seen the weather? Have you seen the weather? Right? I mean, come on, I haven't posted on Facebook. I have nothing to complain about. I only post when I complain about the weather or I show pictures of my kids. I have nothing to, it's so beautiful out, right? So we start the month, we go, I'm going to enjoy it a little bit. I got this 31 days in the month. And I'll get to my goals. I just wanted to take a little time. I mean, don't you know how bad the weather's been? I just want to enjoy a few days, right? And we enjoy a few days. Then the week starts, and we're like, well, I was enjoying it so much, I got to catch up on all my other stuff, like laundry and the house and this and that. So then, before you know it, oh, the weather's nice. I haven't cut the grass. And now you're out cutting the grass. And then the mulch looks like garbage, so you start working on the mulch. And now it's the 11th of May. Oh, it's Mother's Day. My mom. Are you going to tell me I can't be with my mom on Mother's Day? What's wrong with you people? And nobody even said that, but your guilt starts getting a hold of your brain. And you start getting a little paranoid when somebody's asking you questions. I don't know. Maybe none of this applies to you. Maybe none of you have ever done this before.
I would hire somebody to do the lawn.
That's great. And you also live in that.
You don't have a lawn.
You don't even have
I don't have a lawn, but if I had a lawn.
I'm using analogies here, Arthur. They may not always work for you, but maybe some will work for you later, right? But isn't that what we do? And then around the 15th, we're like, yeah, I got to get to it. But, I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. Then I can't. Right after that, then some birthdays. Graduations are coming up now.
Right.
Oh, man, I got to go down to see my cousin graduate at Champaign this weekend. And before you know it, I'll get right to it. Oh, guys, it's Memorial Day. Nobody wants to be thinking about finance on Memorial Day. And before you know it, it's June 1st, and nothing happened, and it was just a month of BS, of you just telling yourself stories. Does it happen? Sure does. And if you got another income coming in, and that's a pretty good one, boy, is it even easier for it to happen to you. So this thing, it just takes all that stuff away. And every week you got to show up and say what you did for that week. And so the key is to make it fun, and I think we do. I don't know for those of us that have been doing it. So Amy, will you be able to pass those around now? So I want to go through a few things. And I have just one copy so I can start talking about it. We're going to wrap it up. So I kept this very simple And if you don't want to use it, don't use it. But I just want to tell you how I view it, because there's so many ways you can go. You can write a mission statement. If you do the book properly, it's going to take some time to do it. But I don't want to have to worry about you guys reading the book. I just want you to, if you can apply it this way, I want you to have for the next 12 weeks. So what we're talking about here is end of July, first week of August. I want Joanne to say, I want you to have one big goal. A selfish goal, if that's okay. I don't want some pie. I'm going to save humanity. I want weeks, okay? For this 12 weeks, I want something real selfish that's going to motivate you. Something that's about you. Maybe it is, though, that you're going to do something. You want to take you're going to make $8,000 and take your kids to Florida. You're going to make $10,000 and buy a new car. Set a 12-week goal. The thing I want to measure is new contacts. Now, folks, this is what I've been preaching lately. Whatever you like a video, send a video. You like an email, send an email. You like to do a phone call to set up a meeting, that's okay. You want to go face-to-face and drop a book, FTF, face-to-face. Whatever. The important thing is that you make new contacts. That's the important thing. It's not how you do it, it's just that you do it. Okay? Because all ways work. But this is just the first thing we're going to measure is new contact. Then the second thing is follow-up meetings that were completed. You made that, but did you get in front of that person? You dropped off a blue book, but did you go back and follow up and pick up the blue book? You sent, but did you get an appointment as a result of that? Doesn't matter what you sent, but did you get a follow-up? Number of new associates that you brought in. You want to call them recruits? Call them recruits. Recruit sounds like the Army, for me. But nothing wrong with it. Just for me, I like new associates. Number of solutions implemented. Again, we always say families help. So sometimes I go to someone's house and I say I help 3 families. I help 1 family with 3 solutions. Nobody's trying to be deceitful about it. I want to track the number of closes you have, you know? And then lastly, the number of people that are attending the office training. Because if they ain't coming to the office or attending, unless they're remote and they can't come, it's pretty tough. Okay? Pretty tough to build anything. All right? You use the internet. It's great. Use all that stuff for the remote people, but you still got to come together. Right? So this is week 1. And track this progress. Okay? Now, most of us are used to monthly goals. So let's say your monthly goal is 10,000 points and 3 members. Well, then what you do is go to week 4. Make this easy for yourself. Go to week 4 and say, okay, what are my goals going to be for the next month? So just set a normal, because sometimes I know, you see all these numbers and you can get overwhelmed. Oh my God, what is he talking about, right? Make it simple. How many points do you want to do this month? Anybody want to share how many points you want to do this month? 10,000? So you could set a goal of 10,000 points a month, or you could set a goal of
833 premium.
Okay, or another way, 2,500 points a week. See? I don't want you to be accountable for 10,000 because you're going to do all that. So I don't know that you're going to do that, but right, that whole thing I just went through that we go through. If now you are accountable for 2,500 points a week, that's a totally different deal. That's a whole nother level of thinking. So now you set your goal here as 2,500 points a week. Well, how many solutions is that for Michael Rayford in his model? Well, in his model, maybe that's 2 solutions a week. So now you say 2 solutions a week. How many appointments do I have to get? You follow me? So you back it up and you break that goal down every week. So now every week is like a month. That's a whole, now I'm creating an artificial deadline for my business, and I'm going to hold myself accountable to that deadline. And now by week 2, I'm already feeling bad. I'm not getting away with, I'm going to try to do this until the whole 10K the last week and keep falling short. And that's where, this is really where the rubber hits the road. Those weekly accountability meetings, again, you don't have to, we love to have you, 8:30 on Wednesdays. I'll post it. You want to be on? We love you. Come on. But maybe you want to do it on a different level with your own base. I don't care. But you got to of doing it. And again, with the book, if you read the book, it can't feel, based on the book, too much like boss type. right? And I that's why we kind of changed the way that we do it, right? So, and then you do the same thing for week 8. So, figure out your goal and then back it up. And again, when it comes to new contacts and follow-up meetings, the biggest thing here is you got to determine what your ratio is. Now, what do I mean by ratio? Sydney's got to know, like, if he does 5 blue books, what is the result that he should expect from that? If he does 5 videos, he should know, like, how many contacts it takes for him to get a result. A lot of times we say, we want 3 recruits this month and we only have 2 names on our list. Hi. Just about like the first week. Arthur, I know you read the book.
I haven't quite finished it.
Okay,
yet.
but what are, just a thought or two, because I still got a couple.
The hardest thing for me has
Uh-huh.
been, I started out strong, and then I got back. Something derailed me along the way, nothing thing, and then it was very hard for me to get back on track again.
Yeah.
Because I had all these old habits from doing the same thing all these years.
Yeah.
And so it's very hard to make that major change.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's got to take a few months to get that change going. But that was the biggest issue I had. I was going great, and then something, I don't remember what it was.
What was a positive that you started with?
I felt fantastic. Number one, I broke it down like you said. From the month, I broke it down into weeks, and then I felt great. I said, I could do this. If I said 10 grand a month at $2,500 or at 2,500 points a week, that doesn't sound, that's nothing. I could do that.
Yeah.
10 grand, that's a different story. It's scary. I was doing it. I was on my way. Then I got sidetracked and I couldn't get back on.
That's fair,
and
though.
Now I'm trying to get back on.
Well, and this couldn't happen. I got bad news for you.
Human being.
Your bad habits that's why they're bad habits.
And that's why this call, I think, is so important on Wednesday.
Yeah. Todd?
Yeah, so what I've seen is a lot more daily focus from me personally.
Yeah.
A lot less wasted time at the office. Arthur can attest, probably. I'm just
You're very different.
more focused, and even though I hadn't hit every single weekly goal, it was important to hit that goal, right? And I think I saw just a backlog of that start to come in this last month in the personal side, at least with production.
Yeah.
And now it's gonna, we're gonna start having that focus with recruiting and everything else. So, but it's definitely made a difference. And I hadn't even read the book. I got it on audio this weekend and got through the first third of it. But it's now it's really coming together with
The program. You don't have to be a program.
It's
Try
a
it.
story.
Yeah.
It's the same story we've been talking about forever.
Yeah.
Break your month down into weeks, days, hours.
Just repackage.
Yeah.
Pat, anything from you?
I just think the old adage, where performance is measured, performance improves. I think that's the biggest thing, is if you're not tracking what's important to you in the business, you get distracted real quick, right? So it's helped me, tremendously, as far as, hey, Wednesday I gotta check in, I gotta check in to myself and find out, hey, where am I at? What's nice about Wednesdays is that still got 3 more days really to focus and get some momentum going into the next week.
Right.
So, you gotta want to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the bottom line.
Yep.
You just gotta want to do it, and if you're not in a place where you want to do it, don't do it. But if you do it, if you try to do it and you didn't want to do it, you may find out, hey, this is worth it. You go a few weeks without reporting any numbers, no one's going to come down on you or anything like that. It's just, at some point, you're like, I got to start moving. So, but it's easy to hide, I shouldn't say hide, but fool yourself, so to speak, thinking you're doing something and you're really not.
Yeah, but you know what I found too, is, for me anyway, when you're talking about goals, most people think about their goals as long-term goals. I'm going to do this, I'm going to retire my mother, whatever. But if you thought of short-term goals, that has a huge change, because I decided I was going to take my wife to Europe for her birthday. And so And I made the plane reservations and everything else for May 23rd. Now, and I got a great deal, but now I'm saying to myself, if for the next few weeks, whatever that is, 2 weeks or whatever, if I could really figure this out and really hone in, I could have this damn thing paid off.
That's right. Yep. Yep.
Now that's a goal.
Yep. And it's a motivating goal.
It's a hell of a motivating goal.
And I think that's important. So I just want all of you to consider this, see if you want to apply it. I would recommend it. Okay, there's nothing that could hurt you to do it and read the book. So anyways, I want to get off of that. So you've got the worksheets. I want to wrap up this meeting here by 11 like we've promised. You want to fill them in, you want to use it, great. We love that. You want to join us? Great. You don't? You want to do something different? No problem. But at least read it and try it. I think you'll get something definitely out of it. Shantae gave me a better idea. Instead of having an iPad, what we're going to do is we're going to just send out this link. So this is the link to report, okay? So all you do is just go on the group me, click on the link, and you can report your numbers for the week. Then we'll have the numbers, and then next week, when we come in, I'll already have it, and we can already highlight the people who are doing it. But anybody have a great week last week? Anybody do anything special or real proud of? I know somebody, didn't you have like a 20,000 point month? Who had a big month? Somebody had a really big month last month. Was that you? You had a good month? What happened?
Yeah,
Huh?
10,000 maybe?
10,000?
Yeah.
Good job, man.
Yay.
That's awesome. That's awesome.